One of the first things I learned how to crochet as a beginner is a scrunchie. So I decided that I would show us how to make a scrunchie as our very first project. We'll be using the single crochet stitch and the double crochet stitch to make this project. So, as usual, let's grab our yarn, our hook, and let's get started. To make a scrunchie, these are the tools that we would need: yarn, scissors, our crochet hook. For this project, I'll be using a 2.5 mm crochet hook. And then we'll need our stitch markers and our darning needle. And of course, the elastic band. Now, to begin, we are going to crochet around the elastic band. We'll start by making a slip knot. Now, for this tutorial, we'll be making use of the stitches that we learned how to make in the previous video. We'll be making use of the single crochet stitch and the double crochet stitch. Now, we just made a slip knot. If you don't know how to make a slip knot, a single crochet stitch, or a double crochet stitch, there will be a link in the description that will take you to where you can learn how to make all of these stitches in simple and easy steps. Now, after making the slip knots, this is our slip knots. Remember, the slip knot is to help to anchor the yarn. Then we are going to attach it to our elastic band. This is our elastic band. Now, we're going to attach it like this. You bring it around like this. Insert your hook into the loop, and then you just make a chain stitch like this. And our yarn has been successfully attached to the elastic band. So now we are going to be making single crochets around this elastic band like this. Make single crochet around the elastic band. So to make a single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, and then you pull through. Now, as I walk, I prefer to carry the tail of my yarn around as I walk and crochet it into the stitch. So I just put it like this, yarn over like this, yarn over again, and pull through. Now we are going to use a stitch marker to mark where we started off, mark our first stitch. So you just insert your stitch marker into the very first stitch that you made, so that when it is time to join the ends together, you know where you started from. So we'll make a single crochet around the entire elastic band. So to make a single crochet again, you have a loop here, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. Let's do it one more time. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. So we see the single crochet is already covering the elastic band. So now I'll go ahead and make the single crochet around the elastic band till I get to this point, and then I'll show you what we have. We are almost at the end of this round, so we'll just insert a little more single crochet stitches just like this to cover this up. Now we are going to make a slip knot into the very first stitch that we made. So let's remove our stitch marker here. And then we are going to insert our hook into that very first stitch. This stitch is here, the very first one. Yarn over and pull through and pull through. So we've made our slip stitch. Now the next step is to make double crochets. We are going to be making 3 double crochets into each and every single crochet stitch that we have made. Remember, these are single crochet stitches. Now we are going to make 3 double crochets into each and every single crochet stitch. Now to begin that row, we are going to chain 2. But these 2 chains that we have just made does not count as a stitch. So we are going to make our 3 double crochets now into the stitch, into that same stitch where you made your slip stitch. So you yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over again, pull through. Remember, you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your into that same stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over again, into that same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So you have 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. 3 stitches into 1 single crochet stitch. Let's do it again. You yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through, you have 2, yarn over, pull through, and that's it. So we are going to be making 3 double crochets into each single crochet stitch. That's the pattern for this row. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over again, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So don't forget, 3 double crochets into each and every single crochet stitch. So that's what we are going to be doing till the very end of the round. When I'm almost at the end of the round, we are going to see how it looks. But before I forget, we are going to put our stitch marker at the very beginning of the first double crochet that we did, so that we can know where to make our slip stitch. So I just put the stitch marker there into the very first stitch that we made. Go ahead and do it up until this point, and then I'll meet you. So far, this is how our project is looking. Remember, for this row, we were to insert 3 double crochet into each of the single crochet stitches. So that was what I did up until here, and we see that the ruffles are already forming. So I'll just go ahead and just quickly finish it off. We are still inserting 3 double crochets into our single crochet stitch. 3 double crochets into our single crochet stitch. Set your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Set your hook, yarn over, pull through, pull through, pull through. That's 2. And then the third one. And then this is our last stitch. One, 2, 3. So we are done with our second row. Into the very first stitch where you have the stitch marker, we are going to make a slip stitch. So remove your stitch marker from that first stitch, and then you insert your hook like this. You insert your hook into that first stitch that you made where you removed your stitch marker. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Now we are moving to row 3. For row 3, we'll start by chaining 2, just like we did for row 2. But now, instead of putting 3 double crochets into each and every stitch, we are going to be making 2 double crochets into each and every stitch. So after we chain 2, remember that the chain 2 does not count as a stitch here. Yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook again into that stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So we have 2 double crochets, 1, 2 into 1 stitch, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, that's 1 double crochet into that stitch, yarn over again, insert your hook, pull through, and then we have 2 double crochets into the stitch. So for this row, what we'll be doing is inserting 2 double crochets into each stitch till we complete the row. Now remember to put your stitch marker at the beginning, at the very first stitch that you made. Is our first stitch that we made. So put your stitch marker there. So we'll just keep doing 2 double crochets into each stitch. 2 double crochets into each stitch. So 2 double crochets into each stitch. So I am going to go ahead and make it till we get to this point, and I'll show you how it looks. So we are almost at the end of the 3rd row, and this is what our project looks like so far. I love how beautiful the ruffles are coming together. Let's just finish off this 3rd row. We are still doing 2 double crochets into each stitch. Remember, if you don't know how to make these stitches, I have a link in the description that will take you to a video that explains how to make these stitches in simple and easy steps. So this is the last stitch. So we'll insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Insert our hook again, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So we are going to slip stitch, take off the stitch marker, then insert our hook and make a slip stitch to close off that round. So for the next round, we are going to chain 2. Remember that the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook and make a double crochet. So for this round, we are going to be making just 1 double crochet into each and every stitch. Now the pattern for the scrunchie is single crochet around the band, next row 3 double crochets into each stitch. The 3rd row, we make 2 double crochets into each stitch. So single crochet, 3 double crochets into each stitch, 2 double crochets into each stitch. So for the last row, we are going to be making 1 double crochet into each and every stitch. Just 1 double crochet into each and every stitch. That's what we'll be making for this 4th row. 1 double crochet into each stitch. I'll make it up until this point, and then I'll show you how it looks like. Again, let's put our stitch marker at the beginning of the round so that we'll know where to finish off. There's our stitch marker there. So 1 double crochet into each stitch. So I'll go ahead and make it till we are almost at the end of the round, and then I'll meet you there. We are almost at the end of the 4th row, which will be our final row in this project. So let's just finish it off together. Remember, we are doing 1 double crochet into each stitch. So this is our last stitch. So we just insert 1 double crochet into that final stitch. Then remember, we are going to slip stitch into the very first stitch of the row. So remove your stitch marker from that first stitch, insert your hook to the top of that stitch, and then we are going to close off using the slip stitch, just like that. And then to finish off our work, we'll just chain 1 and just tighten it. Then just use our scissors to cut it off, and then just pull it out and tighten it. So this is how our scrunchie looks like. I love how the ruffles turned out. It's very beautiful. So let's go over the pattern again. Single crochet, 3 double crochet into each stitch, 2 double crochet into each stitch, and finally 1 double crochet into each stitch for the last row. So we are just going to hide off this excess yarn using our darning needle. Just insert your yarn into the needle, then just find a place to poke it through. Just like this, just pick this back part. So all we are just going to do is to thread that excess yarn tail. We are going to thread it through. Another option is just to cut it off and burn it, but I like to hide my excess yarn tail so that if I want to unravel my projects, it will be easy for me to do so. So just thread it through like that. Just like that. See how it looks. And then you just cut it off if it's too long, like mine was. This is how it looks. And then this part, I also cut this part off. And our scrunchie is ready to be worn. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, and please like, share and subscribe. If you have any questions, please kindly leave them in the comments section. Until we yarn again. Bye!